St. Beaufort, thank you so much for this beautiful, amazing performance. My name is Esther Sarkozy. I'm from Hungary. I went to Philipps Exeter Academy class of 2011. Our next speakers are Tao and Johannes Reck. They've got an amazing assist story to tell, so please join me in welcoming them to the stage.
Thank you, Esther. Wow, what a night. Eva, Arnoldas, Henrik talk about setting the bar for the current class of 2019-2020. So thank you for your inspiring example. I'd like to start with a short story about how Assist has helped to change the travel industry. Johannes and I first met each other at Assist orientation in 2001 in Boston. Little did I know that I'd still be stuck with him 18 years later. Thanks, Bob. Our year together at Woodberry was filled with incredible memories and learnings. Everyone's Assist year will have been a little bit different. What makes our Assist experience a shared one is the superb education, global perspective, and true friendships we take with us. Even though we still don't quite understand the rules of American football, we will be eternally grateful for the generosity and feeling of belonging we felt there. A lifelong bond to the United States was created. Surely shaped by the experience of Assist, 5 years later, Johannes and I founded Model UN at ETH Zurich. In 2007, we led a group of university delegates to a Model UN conference in China. It was on this fateful trip where Johannes misbooked his flights and arrived in Beijing a day before me. Wandering the streets of Beijing without internet, he was the proverbial definition of lost in translation. Arriving a day later and originally from Beijing, I became his designated and unpaid tour guide. This experience inspired us to create the original version of Get Your Guide, which was a social network where locals could become tour guides for travelers. Our first version failed miserably. In fact, 100% of our paying customers are here tonight.
Please raise your hands.
Yet true to the spirit of failing, learning, and trying again that we learned at Woodberry, we decided to take what we learned about travel and pivoted the business towards professional travel experiences. Exactly 10 years ago, on June 1st, 2009, we incorporated Get Your Guide with the mission to deliver incredible experiences to travelers around the world. We truly believe that travel can help build bridges of understanding and make the world a more open place. A few months ago, we raised $484 million in funding from the SoftBank Vision Fund to continue realizing this vision. More importantly, we definitely plan to be around for Assist's 100th anniversary. By then having turned hopefully hundreds of millions of trips into incredible experiences. Now, we wanted to tell you our story because even though we have all led very different lives after our Assist year, we believe our American year contained the important seeds for our journeys until now. Through Assist, we all learned to take a global outlook in everything we do. We all learned to seek the edges of our comfort zones. And we all learned to dream big. Assist started this journey for us, and this is a debt we will never be able to repay fully. I'm sure many of you feel the same. But let us zoom out of a personal story for a minute. As Arnolda said earlier, Assist may be turning 50, but its role has never been more important. History often looks inevitable in hindsight, but they are a result of individuals who make important decisions and investments at critical junctions. Especially as Germans and Europeans, our life in freedom, peace, and prosperity today is to a large part thanks to the long tradition of transatlantic cooperation. From the Marshall Fund to programs like Assist, Europe has benefited greatly from American investment into our continent. In 1989, 12 years before our Assist year, Francis Fukuyama famously wrote about the end of history, how far he was from the truth. Given recent developments, we all know that a free and prosperous future is all but guaranteed. Democracies and open societies around the world are at risk of being muted. This makes the transatlantic alliance more important than ever. For Germany and Europe, this exchange between open societies who share the same liberal values must continue to exist, but the partnership must also change and develop. As Europeans, we must step up and assume more responsibility. And what better place to start than by supporting ASSIST, given its outsized influence in shaping tomorrow's leaders? And before I hand over to Johannes, I just want to stress that both open societies and ASSIST do face an uncertain future unless we realize the urgency to act today. Everybody in this room has benefited greatly from the positive legacy of transatlantic cooperation and the massive personal gains from the ASSIST program, as we have heard so many times today. This is not just about giving back. This is about our responsibilities as Europeans and as ASSIST alums to safeguard and advance the next 50 years.
Friends, it's remarkable how similar this evening is to our typical trips to Sand Hill Road in Palo Alto and San Francisco. In the first part, Tao talks about the bold vision, and in the second part, I have to talk about the cold, hard cash. And that's the role that I will play tonight. So if you think about what ASSIST has given you, dear alums, I'm sure that you don't think about money. Tao just mentioned the large amounts that Get Your Guide has pulled in funding over the last couple of years. But trust me, this is not the metric on how I would quantify the success of ASSIST or what the organization has given me as a person. If I think of ASSIST, I think about obtaining an education that has shaped me in a way more profound than I would have ever imagined. If I think about ASSIST, I think about friendships that have endured and strengthened over now almost 2 decades, some of which are here tonight and others who couldn't be here tonight with us. I think about being given the opportunity to follow my dreams, impacting millions of travelers, and today nurturing hundreds of employees. Let's face it, having an impact and leaving the world a better place is what we all wish for ourselves and for our children. That is why we have become a part of ASSIST. It is exactly what ASSIST has seen in all of us when we were high school students, sending us abroad at a very critical juncture of our lives and of our education. Looking back on the past 18 years, the year in the United States was the foundation of my career, and none of my achievements ever since would have been possible without the help and the sponsorship of ASSIST. Having seen what's been going on tonight, I'm pretty sure that whether you are an entrepreneur, a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, a nurse, or an artist, you feel exactly the same way. Now, friends, ASSIST is not a one-year program. It's a lifetime program. To really call yourself an ASSIST alumni requires honoring the key spirit of ASSIST, and that is sponsoring young kids to have a transformational experience that allows them to have an outsized impact on society later on in their lives. My fellow ASSIST scholars, I have some really tough news to break tonight, and I'm sorry that I have to be the one to deliver the news, but here it is. Today, more than 95% of ASSIST funds come from US American donors and schools. 95%. It doesn't take Donald Trump to figure out that there's an imbalance. While Germany, the country where I was raised, is the principal beneficiary of the scholarship program, our contribution to the program is shockingly marginal. If we want ASSIST to be self-sufficient and ensure the longevity of the program, we need to significantly step up our game and our discipline in funding the organization. Now, when I talk to a lot of other donors, and so I know a lot of you guys actually just about to go to assist, the answer is very often right now is not a good time. And trust me, I totally get that. It can start very small and it can grow. Every single contribution counts. I brought you a very concrete example tonight that was very heartwarming. You guys saw how many Woodberry alums were here around the table. I think we're the best represented school tonight. Yeah, one more for the Tigers. So last year we actually had a Woodberry Forest Assist reunion, and Tao and I organized it here in Berlin, and we all met up, and over dinner we said, guys, we want to change the game for assist and donations, and we will make it possible to fund one assist scholar to go to Woodberry this year. It took less than 3 weeks for this to become a reality, and this year already the first fully funded scholar is going to Woodberry Forest just from the alumni group. Now, my friends, the checks that came in weren't all very, very big. Some of them were 50 euros, and that was literally the most heartwarming thing, where university students, would save on their cafeteria bills, basically, to sponsor the next generation of assist. And that's as valuable as the 10,000 euros from, it's like the more affluent people in our group. And that's the key message I want to make here. What we could see was an amazing feeling of all alumni attending Woodberry Forest, offices, coming together and sponsoring the next generation. There is no greater power, my friends, in the world than showing gratitude and giving back. So that was the tough news. Now here come the good news. You have donation cards on your table. And the goal is very clear. 100% of the people attending tonight. Doesn't matter whether it's the cafeteria bill or whether it's your yearly bonus, 100%. Not giving any hints. So look, there will be follow-up emails after this event as well if you don't feel comfortable with giving the donation card, or if they're already all filled out by the time that you can grab one, even better. If you take the donation card, there's a little small white box at the exit where you can put it in. You can either become a friend of the Assist Förderverein if you're German, or you can do a one-time donation with your credit card if you're American. Please do so. It does make a difference. Assist really needs you. Most importantly, you should, and that's an important learning that I've had over fundraisers in the last couple of years, you should not give outsized amounts, you should give what you feel comfortable with. Because what's more important than giving tonight is giving regularly. Make it a habit. That is really what counts. It's sort of like, if I remember something from my algebra class in Woodberry, it's really about compound interest, right? So what matters? And the second thing is it's the power of large numbers. We have more than 5,000 alumni, probably 3,000 or so already in, relatively well-paid jobs. If all of them just make a little contribution every single year, we will very soon reach our goal and sustain the organization for the long term. Dear parents, dear scholars, Assist has taken a bet on us. It is time that we all take a bet on Assist. In the world we are currently living in, and we've been described, it's like the transatlantic relationship being tough, a world that is, increasingly isolationist, a world that is increasingly hostile, a world where an education is increasingly not viewed as a sacred good as it should be. I don't think there is a better way to make an effort and to have an impact than by supporting and nurturing and growing the mission of Assist, having an outsized impact in the future generation. Thank you very much and have a good night.